and the first one being the AgroTunnels Africa. It is an initiative that has been managing greenhouses, setting up and establishing greenhouses in Africa. He's also the CEO of M-Advisory Africa, which is a virtual extension service for agricultural agribusiness practitioners. And he's also the owner of a patent called Kachumbari, which is a retail grocery for all the vegetables and fresh produce within the region. So over and above that, he'll share with us a number of things that he's also been doing, trying to support countries within Africa on Digitech. So thank you so much. Allow me to run the presentation while Mr. Oliver Ndegwa, you can now officially introduce yourself.
Welcome, Ndegwa.
Okay, thank you very much, Edwin and the team. And I'm sitting right now in Kampala because I've got another engagement I'm doing. I would like to introduce myself as Oliver Ndegwa. I run that enterprise as mentioned by Edwin Adenya. So what I have been doing for the last 15 years is in agri-tech. I did radio engineering in Finland. I did my first degree there and I understand communication very well. So what I've seen the challenge in farming in Africa is the agriculture extension service. Because of that challenge, I know there's too much pressure that is being given to governments. So I came up with a concept for virtual call center to support the farming community, which already we are running a program in Kenya. In Uganda, we were incubated by Ministry of Science and Technology. Right now, we are trying to do a program with Ministry of ICT in Uganda. Just to add to that, we have an MOU with the East Africa Farmer Field School, which we signed in Nairobi with when Max Olopot was there. So, and I believe with that, as we move forward, we want to see if we can bring in more value to East Africa Farmer Field School and AFAS. Now, to start this presentation, I just want to give you a snapshot of a program I'm working with OPM, Operation Wealth Creation. Operation Wealth Creation is doing a program in Uganda, and we are looking at tractor model, whereby we bring in the Uber tractor concept. Now, with that said, we have seen the mechanization concept in East Africa is really a challenge because we have farmers with idle tractors which are not being used, which can be brought to work. And at the end of this presentation, I will show you what model we have done in Ghana with my partner Trotro Tractor. But in the meantime, I would like you to understand that the agriculture extension service needs to be supported with IoT. IoT is the Internet of Things. And with IoT, we are looking at sensors, we are looking at equipment that will support the East Africa Farmer Field School so that the master trainers or the people who are agents who are presenting information about agriculture get reliable information from the sensors. Farmers really cannot understand what happens to a sensor that is transmitting information on pH or the soil probes or the weather stations. So it has to be calibrated easily for a farmer to understand. So what we have come up with my colleague, Professor Ikechi in UK, is to see how can we use IoT, GIS, to support the farming community. And to support that, we need to give information to the master trainers, to give the agents who are going to be transmitting the information. So what is M-Advisory? M-Advisory is an ICT platform that is developed and being implemented in agricultural value. Now, this platform is well tailored to the need of the stakeholders and groups. And it's also a value and it's a very practical technology. If we had time, I can do a practical demo, but the only account that I have is for Kenya, which you'll see to the next slide that will come soon. So what are we looking at here? tractor model on ICT. As I mentioned to you, most tractors are idle, and people invest a lot of money on the tractor, and they're only useful when they're plowing and when they are tilling the land, but the tractor can be used any other time. So bringing in the Uber model, like what we have in Total Tractor in Ghana, is to bring in an enterprise model whereby the owner of the tractor can give service to the farming community. And that one comes in the M-Advisory platform. Because M-Advisory platform has got two models of e-commerce, e-payment, and the application whereby you can track down the tractor, you can request the tractor for the service, which I'll show you towards the end. So I don't know if Professor Ikechi, you're there, if you can hear. Can you bring in, because I want to do this by the time we reach 30 minutes time, so that you come in and showcase the GIS and IoT and blockchain, so that as I proceed, because my presentation is very long and it will be shared with the rest of the team. So please, Professor Ikechi, are you able to come on board and present that, because we don't have a lot of time and I know you're going for another meeting. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Engineer Ndegwa. It's really a pleasure to be here, and Edwin and the other lady, I'm trying to get her name, but I know I will get used to her name soon.
She's called Odile, Madam Odile.
Okay. Oh, Madam Odile, okay. Thank you. And the rest of the participants?
It's okay, Doctor.
Okay, yeah. So, yes, sincerely, where I am now, we are just waking up from sleep. So, but one interesting thing I will assure you is that you will not live here the same way you came, because we are fully loaded Agrotunnel, e-Advisory, and all the affiliations that we have to build your capacity and to share knowledge on how technology is coming in to drive transformation in the entire African region, especially in East Africa. I was also trying to understand the line of the objective. Anyway, my name is Professor Ikechi Aboba, and I trained at the University of Nigeria. My training started as a child. Before I became 10 years old, 10 years old, I was already exposed to agriculture, because I grew up in a university environment where my parents were working at that time, and we had a farm at the university accommodation. And yes, my mother was always asking me to get, to go and weed the farm, to plant, to plant seedlings and to sow seeds of especially horticulture crops. And I was exposed to that type of life. And and when it was time for me to choose my career, I told them I have to go in for agriculture. And then it was not something that was acceptable, at that time, because everybody was going in for medicine and surgery, engineering, law profession. I don't know if you had that experience in Kenya, but I know that in Nigeria, everybody people will, if you are seen studying agriculture, you'll be regarded as somebody that is weird or queer in your own way. But today, it's a different ball game. So I studied agricultural economics in my first degree, and my second degree, the same thing. But I had to gravitate towards agricultural marketing and agribusiness. I never knew what the future held, but I think I was led by the hand of the Lord, because now, we are talking about e-agriculture.
Sorry, I think there's an
exactly. I hope you are hearing me.
interruption on the internet.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay.
we can hear you. You can now share your presentation.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm trying to do that now. Yeah. So okay.
Hello, Professor. Are you able to share the presentation to Edwin so that he can upload it if you're having a challenge?
Can you see it now?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay. I thought I will introduce myself first before sharing the presentation.
Okay, then. Proceed.
Yeah. Okay, let me just share it and so that I can present. Yeah, can you see my slides now?
Yes, we can see it now. Put it on full slide, slideshow. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, like I was saying before that I studied agricultural economics, and after my PhD, I proceeded to South Africa where I did my postdoc. And it was a collaborative study between the Faculty of Science and Agriculture and Agricultural Research Council. And I was invited by a professor that saw what I was doing. So we traveled to the US where for a Farmer World Congress 2015. And it was one of the experiences I had in my life that changed my whole perception and my whole story, my whole sojourn in the agriculture space. Yeah, the topic of the presentation before us is digital technology solutions for increased agricultural production in Africa. I have the opportunity to play a lot of roles now in international networking volunteer organization across African nations because of what I have been doing for a short period of time. And, it's in principle that the agriculture sector is a sector that can drive transformation and unlock economic development. Of course, we know that agriculture sector contributes to the GDP of, can contribute significantly to the GDP of nations. And we have seen that it's one of the major sectors in developing countries. Like, the African region is comprised of a lot of developing countries, about 54 countries. And the Eastern African region is also part of the Sub-Saharan Africa. And we can see that if economic growth can trickle down to economic development, then it is actually potentially driving transformation. And we are at the era of digital transformation. Sorry, I had to share the link to some persons here in Europe. If I received the link earlier, I would have shared it with some people who will attend, who will want to join in. There are some farms here in the UK, some farmers who will want to be part of this presentation because they love Kenya a lot. And I think Kenya has a good testimonial compared to most of the Sub-Saharan African countries with technology. Now, the next slide is painting a picture of, a problem, talking about agricultural issues and the issues that touches on spoilage and all of that. You can see ripe for disruption. What does that disruption mean? It's telling us that there are issues that in this, in the food supply chain, there are issues that touches on climate change. There are issues that touches on farming equipment, accessing farming equipment, and also costs during harvesting. Yeah, these are all issues that touch on, the, agriculture sector, and among other problems. There are other issues that can also be identified. This news was captured at the GTEx Global Dubai World Trade Center, and the news was new business in the Middle East. And the news also said that we should join us at the Israel Innovation Center. You can see the link to the news, so it's online. So now, it's the news was talking about the Israeli agri-tech startups leading to crop innovation. The Israeli, they have strong position in Africa, especially in Rwanda. That's where the Israeli headquarters of Africa is situated. And of course, we are planning a conference in Kigali by March, on an international conference on business models in agriculture. And CTech profiles some of the most innovative Israeli startups using artificial intelligence and machine learning to optimize crop yields, identify pests, and minimize pesticide use. Jonathan Stredney presented this news just some few days ago. You can see that it was about 3:56 p.m. And she said that if you ate today, thank a farmer. Thank a farmer is a popular saying, but given recent innovations in the field, Israeli agri-tech professionals should be acknowledged as well. So they are trying to, customize that the Israeli tech is more employable, in the whole world than even in the Netherlands, among other technology providers. So as dozens of new ventures continue to enter this growing field, that is the agri-tech field, CTech presents the leading Israeli agricultural technology startups, leveraging on AI and machine learning to optimize crop yields, identify pests, and minimize pesticide use for the benefit and safety of all. We are talking about digital transformation in Africa. You can see an electronic device there. The electronic device in the midst of a farm, a crop farm. You can see how the technology device is controlling many things in that farm. So that is what that is the type of picture that digitization or digitalization in agriculture does. So let's look at the framework for digitalization of agriculture, and using D4AG. D4AG is talking about the framework for digitizing agriculture, and this was compiled by Benjamin Adom, and you can see how the framework touched on supporting digitalization, digital agricultural innovation, and the digital solution within that key player, which breaks it down into production, market, finance, supply chain, intelligence, robots, blockchain, AI. So that's the first one. Then it connects to enabling big data and analytics, which breaks it down to quality content, that is drone, satellites, sensors. And then for digital identity, businesses are there, individuals and institutions as well. And then that also connects to facilitate business development services. And we can see all the key players in facilitating a business development. And the smallholder farmers are there, commercial farmers are there, crops and federations, input suppliers are there, donors, buyers and processors, financial institutions, NGOs, and the government. So the question still on who pays for this service. So that's a major challenge as well. And then ending up in promoting and enabling economic growth, and that takes us to sustainability. How can digitalization or digitalization in agriculture be sustained over time? And we can see that the digital can be broken down into electronic policies, mobile internet, data governance, and then the non-digital touches on the road network, knowledge and energy. Yeah, and then the next slide is telling us how digital innovation can transform agriculture. Data processing. Of course, historical harvest data stored in the cloud can be analyzed to enable optimal future decision making. So it helps in decision making. It helps us to forecast. It helps us to develop a prognosis on what and on how to go about farming in the next season, farming in the future. Cloud solutions, cloud applications can provide strong processing power to agriculture companies to use farm management systems and share data across the value chain. It's very important in these applications that we're about to unlock. Then we also have the application of digital technology in agriculture, which is instrumental in promoting data generation, as well as advanced analytics that allow farmers to make smart decisions about farming and to benefit them from an economic use of inputs and labor. Let's look at problem-solving ability of Digitech in agriculture. Here are some of the examples of how modern tech can be used to improve agriculture. We have them, as mentioned by Engineer Ndegwa, monitoring and controlling crop irrigation system via smartphone, ultrasound for livestock, usage of mobile technology and cameras, crop sensors, vision about modern agriculture. And of course, growth and opportunities in the agriculture sector, there are so much. And you can see, the possibility for Digitech transforming agriculture sector. And we, as I earlier said, that digital technologies can overcome information problems that hinder market access for many small-scale farmers. Many farmers are finding it hard to access their markets. They are finding it hard to have what we call to identify their markets, because after production, the whole idea now is how the end users, how those in the the key players, those in the market can be able to help in distributing or intermediating between the product and the user. So, of course, the digital technologies increase knowledge through new ways of providing extension services. So they're gonna, and that's the what e-advisory also has to offer. Yeah, because e-advisory has a portfolio for agricultural extension and advisory service as well. So they provide novel ways for improving agricultural supply chain management. And of course, it helps in driving resilience in agriculture. And of course, the whole idea is to empower smallholder farmers, because smallholder farmers are the major farmers of Africa. They are about 60 to 70% smallholder farmers. And the question is, how do we scale up? How do we scale up our smallholder farmers so that they will move to become large-scale farmers? And we have also a network that tries to create awareness on what farming cooperatives can also offer. Now, still possibility of digital transforming Africa's agriculture. Digital agriculture brings critical advantages for farmers and wider social benefits around the world. So it's not just for costs. Also, it creates a lot of social benefits. And of course, that can also bring about economic benefits. And digital agriculture has the potential to make agriculture more productive. It also makes farming more consistent and manages time and resources more efficiently. And we can see digital transformation concepts. This is the process of using digital technologies to create new or modify existing business processes, culture, and customer experiences to meet changing business and market requirements. So, what digital transformation does, this concept, it helps us to understand competition. It helps us to, navigate and overcome in the space of, we have competition, whether we like it or not. There must be competition between, especially in the agriculture sector where we have a perfect market competition, perfect market competitive, market structure. Yeah, it's not like monopoly. It's not like sometimes it tends towards oligopoly, depending on the strong market players who are very powerful in trying to control the markets. Now, this reimagining of business in the digital age is digital transformation. 4 key areas of digital transformation. I have to be faster now so that I can join EU Tech meeting. Sorry. According to Microsoft, they include empowering employees. As change managers know, employee motivation and skills are critical for organizing transformation, including digital transformations to succeed. And also, it also touches on engaging customers, optimizing operations and services and products. This is a nice diagram which elucidates. Yeah, it elucidates how the information and capacity building can be nurtured in the digital, in driving digitalization. So it's very important to nurture networks, to also inspire innovation, and then to drive the innovation. Yeah, you can see this diagram is very important diagram, and it's trying to tell us about finding. It's a finding survey on digitization for managers and employees, and it was during COVID. And of course, we have a lot of challenges that Africa has been suffering. We know that we have suffered on low cost, the COVID, and also Russia-Ukraine crisis. They are all impacting, and it has a negative effect on Africa. We can see how digitization can help in such times, and this is the package. We can see telephone, we can see computer and website, broadcasting satellites, mobile, internet and broadband, sensor networks, data storage and analytics. Now this was a BCG survey of more than 5,000 managers and employees, over 80%. And they all say that digital was helping them to get through, to navigate the economic slowdown that the pandemic created. Yeah, so what are the emerging technologies in agriculture? There are many, there are really many. So I am just touching a few of them. And of course, we have automated irrigation, we have drones, we have satellite photography and sensors. Engineer Ndeko has already mentioned about Internet of Things, face tracking, weather forecasting, light and heat control, intelligence, that's artificial intelligence, and all of that. Yeah, we also have the other, yeah. But before I get to the other ones, let's look at automated irrigated system. You can see the picture there, and it's unlocked in a number of ways to start and to stop irrigation through supply channel outlets, to start and stop pumps. So the impact of technology on agriculture is better. Is better demonstrated with the automation of irrigation systems. And then the drones. Of course, drones are very expensive, but it's also very interesting that drones goes a long way to help in efficiency and effectiveness in the farm. Yeah, so an agricultural drone is an unmanned aerial vehicle used in agricultural operations, mostly in yield optimization and in monitoring crop growth and crop production. And it helps also in to ensure crop health, crop productivity, among other benefits. Now we have the satellite photography and sensors, and they are equipped with one or more photographic sensors or instruments depending on the purpose. Some sensors are passive, and they record reflected solar radiation, such as visible light and emissive radiation in thermal energy. So, and yeah, now the Internet of Things, you can see how this diagram clearly explains how they can operate in a farm and to also drive transformation. Internet of Things is a very great content. It operates on, of course, smart applications. You can see server nodes, gateway nodes, and then the device is also the physical world, which is impacted on. And yeah, you can see how it also drives automation, embedded mobile, and everyday things get connected for smarter tomorrow. You can see energy consumption, even in these clean and renewable energy solutions. They all operate on Internet of Things. Now, security and surveillance, we have telemedicine and healthcare. We have it in smart homes and cities. We have vehicle assets, person and pets monitoring and controlling. We have building management. We have M2M wireless sensor network, and then everyday of things. Now, Internet of Things impacts on digital transformation, and of course, it uses wireless sensor network which is a revolutionary system for smart monitoring. And the sensor network is a group of sensors where each sensor monitors data in a different location and sends that data to a central location for storage, viewing, and analysis. And of course, these integrated farming systems, which also operates on on technology. And you can see database connecting to variable rate fertility, precision farming, precision seeding, fertility and disease management, yield monitor, breeding, all of these are aspects of precision farming. And then phase tracking in agriculture uses global navigation satellite system and to form transportation, space stations, aviation, maritime, rail, road, and mass transit. So this is an area that we really need to focus on, because we are having a lot of attention for Africa. Africa is the future. We are very, very blessed to be in Africa now. I'm telling you. Just yesterday night, I received a text message that I should develop proposals for funding, and I was that was what made me wake up quite late because I was just trying to craft something and craft something and craft something and craft something. So for instance, the main phases for tracking crops touches on practices such as preparation of soil, sowing, adding manure and fertilizer, irrigation and harvest and storage. So these are all part and parcel of what the phase tracking in agriculture can also do. Now, importance of weather forecasting in modern agriculture and farming. Of course, we all know, I had mentioned this earlier about forecasting and developing a system for prognosis. Anyway, light and heat control. Sunshine is important in plant growth. Of course, we know what photosynthesis does. Without photosynthesis, how can we have crop agriculture, food from crop agriculture? Now, this is a system, protected farming system. You can see the light sources from there. And light energy is used in photosynthesis, the plant's most basic metabolic process. The two most popular technologies used for photosynthesis lighting are high pressure sodium, that's HPS lighting and all of that. Now, this is AI, artificial intelligence for agriculture, and it helps to improve the overall harvest quality. And that is an accuracy, that is a precision agriculture. Artificial intelligence technology helps in detecting disease in plants, pest and poor nutrition of farms. And it also helps to know the amount of how fertile a particular soil is and how we can also introduce the type of fertilization so that the crop will be strong enough, will be fortified to establish or house the crop. The AI sensors can detect and target weeds and then decide which herbicide to apply within the region. It also helps in handling cold. Now, I was talking about other solutions which touches on a call center virtual platform model, the blockchain innovation in smart agriculture, and then 6G technology, e-commerce solutions, and all of that, among others. And we have the podcast and voice broadcast on the subscription using WhatsApp BOT. And virtual call center software, you can see the application works on auto call distributor, interactive voice response, that is IVR. I use this also skill-based routing. It also uses CMR, integrated CRM, then outbound dialer and predictive center and all of that. Now you can see also what it does. We are still talking about the call center virtual platform, and you can see the deep language, because we know that in Africa we have a lot of region. We have a lot of languages, like even the African Union Free Trade Area Agreement. They have come up with the 4 major languages used. English is one of them, French is one of them, then Swahili, and the 4th one is also within, used in Africa as well. So they're all used, and you can see how customer number can be used as well. Check and all of that. Yeah, don't worry, I will share my presentation. I can see your comments about presentation. I will share it, don't worry. I'll share it with Edwin. Then the 6G technology, of course, you can see how e-commerce or electronic commerce sites use electronic payment, where electronic refers to paperless monetary transactions. Electronic payment, of course, it has revolutionized business processing by producing paperwork, transaction cost, labor cost, and all of that. And all of these are within the boundaries of e-payment. Now, they are all, and then these are some top 5 technologies that aid agriculture. We had mentioned that already. They are also part and parcel of the AgroTunnel and M-Advisory. This is a blockchain technology, an effective solution. And of course, blockchain has the potential to alter the present economic and commercial paradigm, such as how the heat steam engine and the internet past industrial revolution. In order to not to waste much time, you can see that blockchain technology actually mediates in everything. And this is a very good diagram which tells us all that blockchain technology does. And of course, it ensures for more traceability in enabling customers to verify journey of the product, helps reduce food waste and keeps products fresh, provide data on when a product was harvested and processed and who produced it. Also provide reliable information regarding the origins of food. Also show in which field grass-fed beef was raised. And that is and then for optimization of food supply chain, it allows farmers to properly set their own prices and optimize the quantities of products, among other, And then crop insurance, it ensures for crop insurance and also for transactions. So we, like some persons are, a lady I'm working with at, and she's a German lady, and she was trying to, somebody was complaining, a farmer was complaining to her that Africa has a lot of problems with insurance. So, and she was trying to talk about bringing insurance. Meanwhile, this is a package of blockchain technology in agriculture. So I think, I know, and I'm fully persuaded that M-Advisory and AgroTunnel Kenya has come to stay. And we are also trying to ensure that M-Advisory is affiliates with some of the farms here in the UK because of the position that they have in Africa's agriculture. Because I know it's not a recolonization agenda, but it's just for the purpose of trading and, of course, relationship and sharing knowledge and also trying to contribute to transformation. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, Professor. Thank you for this wonderful and elaborate presentation. I think if we had time, I will administer a quick question, a quick recap of what you've covered to see who has captured it. But we want to thank you for the assurance you're going to share the presentation, and we'll also share the recording to the members. So for the members in the forum, down there's a button called reactions. Under reactions, let's just appreciate the professor with a thumbs up. There's this way, you select the thumbs up and say, thank you so much, Professor Ikechi.
Thank you.
And then I'll ask Oliver to say a few things before we go to question and answer. But for those ones who are ready with your questions, put them in the chat box. Oliver, over to you.
Okay, thank you very much, Professor Ikechi, and thank you very much, Edwin. This has been a very short meeting. I wish we had enough time to present, but I believe I will be given another opportunity to present because I've already been in this platform before, presenting about M-Advisory. So in the future, we might want to see, after this presentation from Professor Ikechi, how we can work together with East Africa Farmer Field School to now start a model to do content provision to support the ICT component to the Farmer Field School and the master trainers that are already within their platform. And thank you very much, Edwin, for granting us an opportunity to present to this meeting today. And thank you very much. Back to you, Edwin.
Thank you so much, Oliver. Thank you, Professor Ikechi. Before we go to question and answer, Professor mentioned Rwanda as the model hub for digitization. We have with us Dr. Izamuhaye, who is the Director RAB. We will just want him to say one word or so before we proceed to the question and answer. So welcome, John Claude.
Thank you, Edwin. Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me?
Perfect today.
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you. I'm happy to join
Yes,
this.
yes.
I'm very happy to join this call. And actually, this is my first day in the office after 15 days leave. And I'm very happy to join this call. And basically, we're talking about digitalization here in Rwanda. We can say that we are trying. And the digitalization in our country has taken, let's say, a good path. And basically, in each, for example, each ministry now we are having a special office for digitalizing services. In each office, in each ministry, including the Ministry of Agriculture, we are having a special department in charge of digitalization of the agriculture services, but it applies to all ministries in the country. And coming back to Rwanda, we started first with the, let's say, digitalizing this input supply chain. We are having what we call Smart Kunganire, is a platform that helps the government of Rwanda ensuring that subsidized input are traded, are distributed across the country to farmers, but of course ensuring that the government subsidy, the money government put in actually are not wasted. And to this end, we are having an online legislation where farmers can just indicate how much land they have for which they want to apply for subsidized input, meaning seed and fertilizers. They can just, when you put a UPI number, we get your land. Our land system is really also digitalized. For example, if I put my ID card number, you can just see all my assets I do have, including land and things. And then when you put your UPI number, you see the land area, the seed that is required, and the fertilizer that you will be able to, you have to purchase. That's just for registration. And registration it means just it's a kind of expressing the demand. And after you express your demand, you allow the agro dealers to purchase stock of input. And the purchase of stock of input is done through what we call MOPA, is a mobile solution also that helps the agro dealers to purchase a stock of input and seed and fertilizers, where farmers will go and pick what they have to purchase to. At a given moment, you see that a number of agro dealers do not have enough money. Through that platform, also we created what we call eCoffee. eCoffee is a coffee is a wallet. It's a kind of wallet, e-wallet, electronic wallet. Basically, when an agro dealer finds that he doesn't have enough money to purchase enough stock for seed and fertilizer to supply to the farmers, he can just apply for a loan through what we call eCoffee, and he gets the loan very easily. And of course, through that eCoffee also, it's possible to have access by farmers through their cooperative organization, for them to have access to money, kind of loan, just small loans for paying agriculture insurance fees. That's really the Smart Kunganire system, the SNS system we're talking about for registration, for MOPA, for eCoffee, is something that is revolutionizing the digitalization of input supply chain in Rwanda. Besides, also, we are having a number of other initiatives, including the applications for control of pests and diseases. We are having what we call this BXW application that is helping us actually managing the BXW among the banana farmers, because BXW disease is one of the most serious here in the country, is really causing damages. But through that application, we're also trying to handle the disease, and we are at a good path. On the other side, also for pest and disease management, we are having a number of companies having drones, and we are looking at how to work with one of them called Caris to see how we can leverage the way to use drones for pesticide application among the consolidated land for maize, but specifically now today we are doing it within rice schemes. We are working with them to ensure that through the use of drones we apply pesticide timely, and of course we apply the right quantity, and we apply as much quick as we could do using the labor, the normal labor. On the other hand, also we are looking at how to digitalize also a number of supply chains. For example, the potato seed now, we are in the last stage of digitalizing the potato seed supply chain from the very, what we call the generation zero, the in vitro plantlets from the laboratory, tissue culture laboratory, to the certified seed, to ensure that we know what is required in terms of quality, in terms of variety, in terms of quantity by different farmers, different seed multipliers, and this is another I think milestone we intend to hit with this year. Of course, we mean that we still have a long way to go, but you know, Rwanda want to be really a digital hub for different services, including, of course, agriculture, as we said, and we are looking at a way to work together with different partners, including, of course, making sure that through this digitalization, we make sure that our field schools works very well. And in this regard, there's a project we did have, but of course we can't say we succeeded, but we need to revive it, because for the smallholder farmers to get access to digitalized content, we need to have extension agents, the farmer field school facilitators, or the school facilitators simply who has access to the gadget, I mean to mobile phones that are appropriate to handle, let's say, internet, or maybe if the message can be sent off. And basically in Rwanda, we are trying to see how we can equip. We did have a project at the time with the European Union to equip all farmer promoters and FFS facilitators with the gadget that allows them to have access to those services. One of the challenges we're having is that so far, all of them do not have the appropriate gadget, but we intend to manage. And of course, this is something we are trying to work on with different partners we have. This is one of the main challenges that may hinder the possibility for the farmers or extension agent to be able to deliver the message that is digitalized. Number two, also another thing is that we find out that a number of applications are.
We lost you.
You lost me?
Yeah.
Oh. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes. I was saying that one of the challenge we're facing is the possibility for extension agents, including the farmer promoters, the FFS facilitators. Of course, agriculture officers in Rwanda, if you remember the structure of the extension system, how it is structured in Rwanda, agriculture officers and socio-economic development officers, they are government officers, basically they don't have any problem. But if you look at the FFS facilitators we are creating across the country, we are farmer promoters, we can say maybe 1/3 of them have access to appropriate gadgets, but we are trying to see through internal consultation how we can equip them, all of them, with the mobile phones that are appropriate to handle the digitalization. Number two, another challenge we are facing basically is the accessibility or the affordability of the services. Let's say, for example, for BXW control application, that application so far we are we are working on it with the ITA. But I think at a given moment, the project will phase out. So we are looking at how we can, let's say, contextualize, or maybe how we can, it's a part of institutionalization, how we can ensure that maybe in the future, farmers themselves, as they get professionalized, they get income, they can just contribute a little bit money, and then government can subsidize. So we're looking at how maybe to sustain those applications, because some of the applications are very expensive, and the owner of the application must get something, and basically there's something also we need to be working on it. And I've been talking to the digital people, say we need really to be able to create the digital applications that are self-marketing, but also because of the information, the accuracy, but also the affordability of the price by farmers. And of course, when necessary, through different partnership, the government and the stakeholders can contribute. So this is briefly where we are. Maybe we will be given time to sometimes to discuss about the process, the progress of digitalizing extension services in Rwanda. That is where we are, and we are trying to work on having a well-integrated and completely digitalized extension system, because during the COVID-19 we survived because of being able to digitalize very quickly.
We lost you again.
You lost me again? Yeah. You lost me again?
Yeah, now it's okay.
Yes. Actually, I'm talking on the telephone, that's why. So we are looking forward, as I said, to digitalizing things, because we've been able to survive the effect of lockdown and things during the COVID, because we have been able to digitalize some of the essential extension activities that have allowed us to reach out to the farmers with the message, encouraging them to speed up planting, using appropriate density, appropriate fertilizer, appropriate seed, and
We lost you.
if we were not able to digitalize very quickly, we would not have survived the first lockdown, because at the time, really through the internet, through the telephone, I'm lost.
Yeah.
Can you get me again?
It's coming on and off. It's coming on and off.
Yes, sorry, Edwin, because I'm using my mobile phone. I was just on my way to Kigali, and then I stopped on the road. I'm on my way, and a number of people are calling me. Basically, I was saying that digitalizing extension system is very, very important, and is where we are heading to as a country, Rwanda. And it's just in conclusion. And I was just saying that without some digitalized extension, the possibility for us to digitalize, to adapt quickly, we wouldn't have survived the first lockdown, because the lockdown came when we were in the season B. And the season B, the shortest season here in Rwanda. We have only rain for 2 months, and we had to ensure that within the lockdown, we make sure that farmers doing. I think you can allow me to conclude by here.
Yes, Bwana Director. What
Yes.
we will do is I will ask Max and the team, we organize a one-day Digitech conference and have all of us talking this, because what we've covered today is voluminous, and we are happy to understand that whatever Professor Ikechi and Engineer Ndegwa were presenting were not theoretical. It's something that is already being practiced in Rwanda. So this
Exactly.
is a very good collaboration. Thank you so
Thank
much, Bwana Director.
Thank you.
Yeah. Our colleagues, our time is far spent. I don't know whether we have any one or two burning questions, but we've been given the indications that there's a lot we can do for our smallholder farmers, particularly in field schools. The idea of aggregating and producing together using AI and IoT is where we should be headed as the Farmer Field School platform. And I've seen Professor Ikechi has raised up his hand. Maybe you could say a word or two as we wind up, Professor.
Oh, thank you very much, Edwin. I just wanted to say that when I was listening to the last speaker, when he mentioned Rwanda, I became more, I became happier, because Rwanda is one of the countries that we have selected to build a virtual hub, what we call a virtual hub. I think he already mentioned it. There's a lady in Netherlands, so she's a horticulture farmer and she's Rwandese, and she has already applied to one of us. So, out of the 5 countries in Africa, we selected Rwanda to build that. It's like an entrepreneurship factory where we will have a lot of such technologies. It will train small farmers in that type of factory. And also, we posted it in the chat about the conference that we are organizing. That conference is different. It's Africa Organization of Agriculture Organization of Technology Africa Organization of Technology in Agriculture is hosting that event, and we are working with a lot of international agencies across the world. Yeah, let me stop here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Due to time, Madam Odile, and then Max.
Thank you, Edwin. Just to say thank you to you presenters, and thank you Jean-Claude Zamuhaye to share some more achievement in digital life in Rwanda, and we hope that the Eastern African Field School will organize another webinar on this important topic, and see how to avail these technologies to FFS facilitators and other field school practitioners in the region. Thank you. Over to you, Max. Edwin?
Max, are you able to hear us? Okay, we are unable to get to Max. So colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you so much for your participation in today's webinar. Once again, thank you so much to Professor Ikechi and Engineer Ndegwa. This discussion has to go on. We will put it in our social media platform. The recordings will be shared. Let us engage. And in these proposals that you're writing, Professor Ikechi, we are willing and ready to sit down with you as the 11 countries of Eastern Africa region and to come up with a good consolidated proposal that can be able to inspire the livelihoods of farmers in the region. Thank you so much. God bless you. And the rest of us, let's put our pictures on as we wind up this meeting. Thank you. Put your videos on.
Mm.
And Mr. Libako, next time you should share with us what Kenya is doing on Digitech.
Definitely, we'll be doing that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So let's see your videos. Madam Claudette, thank you so much for your participation. Madam Jennifer, Madam Naume, Madam Claire DeAndre, Digitech in Livestock. Next time is your presentation. Mr. Diego Samuel, applications. That's what we really want to hear. And Ngamboziza
from Kiwimpi.
Kiwimp from the Kiwimp project.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Where else have we
Olivia?
not seen Olivia? Okay. So thank you so much. For any other question, please post it in our social media platform. We wish you a very good and prosperous day and the week. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you, Edwin.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Edwin,
Yes, madam.
can we have a short time to discuss about the next webinar?
It's okay, but maybe what's her name? Sharon, you can stop the recording first.
Or we can
Or we
continue
sign out,
through
yeah.
WhatsApp.
The better.